Welcome back. It is Jacquelynn Cotten, your host of Just Women Talking Shit, and today we're talking about a topic that is pretty close to my heart: astrology. More specifically, using astrology as a self-discovery tool. So whether you're an experienced stargazer or just someone who wants to see what astrology has to say for you, about you, and how it can help you, this episode is for you. Now, I will be honest. In the beginning, I thought that astrology was more so just one of those things where you flip through the magazines and you check your horoscope, and that was pretty much it. But I came to realize that it is such a magnificent way to discover yourself and to kind of use it as a tool and guidance throughout your lifetime. It personally has helped me understand myself in such a way that it just clicks and it finally makes sense. It has been such a game changer for me as well. So if you're at all interested, keep listening to this episode because I think it's going to blow your mind. And the next episode, we actually have an astrologist on. So I get to ask her all the questions. So astrology can help you align with your truest self and ultimately live and build a life that you love. So, what exactly is astrology? In simple terms, astrology is the study of the movements and relative positions of celestial bodies, interpreted as having an influence on human affairs and the natural world. Honestly, it's been around for thousands of years and has been a significant part of various cultures. So this isn't new stuff, y'all. At its core, astrology consists of zodiac signs, planets, houses, and aspects. Each element of your birth chart can give you insights into different areas of your life. So let's talk a little bit about the natal chart basics. What is a natal chart? How can it help you? I was really intrigued myself, and I talked to a great friend of mine, Stephanie, about this a couple of years ago. But like I said, in the next episode, we talk with a woman named Yvonne, and she is a seasoned astrologist, and she actually even looks at my birth chart. And so y'all will have to come back for that episode, but it's going to be really good. So for now, I'm just going to give you the basics. So the natal chart, also known as a birth chart, it's like a snapshot of the sky at the exact moment you were born. So if you ever go and get a natal chart reading, they're going to ask you for, the city you were born in, the time, the date. The three main components we'll focus on are the sun, the moon, and the rising signs. The sun sign represents your core identity. The moon sign reflects your emotional self, and the rising sign is about you and how you present yourself to the world. Now, in the next episode, we go into my birth chart, so I don't want to ruin that for you guys right now, but it blows my mind. There are a couple of things that I'm just like, wow, this makes so much sense, and then there are some things that I'm like, this makes total sense, and then I'm like, okay, this shit can't be fake, because it just makes so much sense. But let's dive into the key elements of your chart. We'll start with your sun sign. Your sun sign is your core self. So this is going to be what drives you. It's the essence of who you are. So for me, I'm an Aries. And everyone that knows about astrology goes, oh, that makes sense. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm so glad. Because this shit doesn't make sense to me. I love astrology. I'm learning more about it. That's why we're doing this episode. But ultimately, I'm such a newbie. So I'm right here with you people. Your moon sign is your inner world, okay? So your emotional core. Let's think about it that way. And it governs how you feel and respond emotionally. The rising sign, or your ascendant, is like your social mask. Think about it that way. This is the face that you show the world. Now, real thing that you need to take away from here is using astrology as a tool for self-awareness, okay? Because whenever things may not make sense in your mind, if you can look into your astrology, look at your transits, you can just be open-minded and go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's going to allow you to tap into a new level of self-awareness. And the deeper you dive into self-awareness, the more you ascend, the more you you have a better life, because you're able to recognize the patterns, the loops you're stuck in, and inevitably you want to always be better when you're tapped into full self-awareness. So I like to use this as a little tool. It's not, do or die for me, but I do just want to say that before we go any further. So using astrology for self-awareness means recognizing these traits and how they actually are playing out in your life, or how they've even played out in your life in the past. Once you get to look at your birth chart, and once you have someone explain to you your birth chart, you will have those moments where you connect the dots and you go, oh wow, yeah, that makes sense, and that played out in this year, or in this relationship, or during this time when I was going through XYZ. It helps you understand your strengths. Like, I have a really adventurous spirit, and my birth chart reflects that. My areas of growth, my need for emotional security, all these things make total sense based on astrology. So this awareness allows you to make more authentic choices. And that's what really matters at the end of the day, is authenticity. Are you being authentic? Are you being your true self? Now here comes the fun part. Actually taking your astrology and aligning with your true self. This is the scary part too. This is where we have to take a leap of faith, and we have to trust that what is meant for us is meant for us, and what is not meant for us is not meant for us, and that our astrology has a big part to play in it, that the universe is always corresponding with us, etc., etc. But whenever it comes to using astrology to align with your true self, once you're aware of these key elements, you can start setting goals. You can start setting intentions that truly, truly align and resonate with who you are at the core. This might mean choosing a career that aligns more with your sun sign, play a big part in finding and maintaining relationships. Okay? Astrology can be such a great tool. For example, knowing that I, need adventure and security, and knowing things about myself, I seek out opportunities that offer both excitement, both stability, and it allows me to find and have that alert, that alarm go off, ding, 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 this is meant for you, ding, 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 this is not meant for you, because it allows me to be more in tune with myself. Now again, I've got people for this. I don't expect you to understand it all right off the bat either, and if you're interested in getting a reading, I actually have something really great for you at the end, so stick around. Here's what I also love about astrology. Astrology can also help you break free from societal expectations, which is something that a lot of us struggle with. Society has often, and continues to often present this like one size fits all approach. And we know, as spiritualists and as humans who are highly sensitive, that that's kind of a bullshit approach to success. Not kind of, it is a bullshit approach to success. So your chart can actually show you a unique path that might not fit the mold, but will fit you precisely. How cool is that? So by aligning with your astrological blueprint, you can define success on your own terms, in your own way, and build a life that truly fulfills you. All right. To wrap it up, we've discussed how astrology is not just about predicting the future, okay, but how it is a powerful, powerful tool for self-discovery, and that understanding your natal chart, or some of us call it your birth chart, how it can help you uncover your true self. Now, true self is ever evolving, but true in the moment. What is that for you? That's what we want to find out. And it'll also allow you to be guided in building a life that, is beyond society's expectations, beyond checking the boxes, beyond whatever life you thought you were meant to live, whatever you thought was expected of you. It allows you to find that. So I encourage you to explore your own natal chart. There are plenty of resources online to get started, websites, apps to generate your chart, and it's for free. Well, that's it for this episode of Just Women Talking Shit. Now, in the next episode, get ready to dive a bit deeper into astrology, where we will be talking with a new friend of mine. Her name is Yvonne. You're going to love her. She's amazing. She dives a bit deeper into my birth chart, and we chat a little bit about the signs. She helps me understand a bit more, which I think you're going to love if you're not super familiar with astrology, because neither am I. Remember, I'm here learning with you, just trying to help you out with what I learn along the way. So it's super, super, super natural, organic, and just, it's nice. It's intimate. And I think that you're going to love it. So come back next week to hear from Yvonne, the astrologist. And also, the little surprise I told you I had for you at the end, she's offering a discount for her readings right now. So check the show notes, find her link, go book a natal chart reading, and use my code JWTS to get the discount. I told you it was worth listening until the end. You're going to love it. And I love you. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. As usual, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Just Women Talking Shit. We are approaching our 100th episode, and I could not be more thrilled, and I could not have gotten here without your support, so thank you. Don't forget to rate us, leave a review on Apple Podcast, and just share with your friends along the way. Jacquelynn, signing off.